Hey everybody, it's Kerri from KW Moms Club. Today I'm going to be showing you how to make the Christmas snow globe. So I know that you can purchase snow globes in the store, but this is a great way to allow your child to help you make this snow globe and just have them have pride of making something that they really like. And also they can decide how many sparkles to put in, how many snowflakes to put in, and just so they know how a snow globe kind of gets made. So we're going to make it with our jar today. So I'm going to show you all the different supplies you're going to have in your kit. So you're going to have an empty plastic jar. You're going to have some glycerin in a little container. You're going to have sparkles in a little package. You will have some snowflakes, either in the same package or in its own package. You will have some form of a little character, or what I like to call them friends, a person, a tree, or something like this. You'll also have some super glue. The super glue will probably be inside of this sealed up, or inside of a container that you have to open, like pill bottle, okay? So I want to precaution you, this super glue should not be used by little children, okay? So please, 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 mommies, you do this portion. You can show the children you doing this portion if you really want to, or you can complete this portion ahead of time and allow the child to do the rest on their own. So it's up to you if you want to do this, you know, the night before and then allow your child to do it, but you're allowed to let them watch for obvious reasons, but I would not give the super glue to a little one, okay? So that's my little caution. This I will not require back. You know how usually I take my supplies back and I reuse them because I love reusing stuff. Please either use this for your own home use or throw it in the garbage. Just don't let little hands get on it, okay? So another thing you can have at home as like an extra is some regular glue, and that would be to glue your bottle once you're okay with it and you don't want it to open. The other thing you can have is any kind of Sharpie or paint marker, and that would just be to, these are all optional, that would just be to put like baby or child's name on either the lid or the top or the side, and maybe say 2020 or something like that if you want to put it on there. But again, these are just optional things, okay? So the first thing that you're gonna wanna do is you're going to want to open up your container. And on the lid, there's actually a white piece. It's gonna be hard for me to get this one off. But there's a white piece at the bottom here, and it's not as hard as this normally. I'm gonna open another container and see if it's easier. Yeah, this one's way easier. That one, for some reason, giving me trouble. Okay, so you take that white piece and you throw it away. Either that or you use it for something else. It's just like a little disc. So you want to have it completely just the metal, okay? So the next portion, like I said, you can do ahead of time if mommies want to do it ahead of time and do it the night before or whatever, or let your child watch you with the super glue. So you're going to want to open the super glue. The way that you open the super glue is you like turn this and it like opens the super glue, and then you have your little super glue. You're gonna put this super glue onto, actually you're gonna put it onto the bottom of the little character or the person or the tree or whatever you have. A good amount, but you don't want it to be like soaking wet. And then you're going to want to watch your fingers and press it down onto the middle, okay, of the lid for about 30 seconds, okay? So make sure you're applying pressure for about 30 seconds, and I believe that's what it even says on the super glue if you read it. So apply pressure for about 30 seconds, and then once it feels like it's like a little bit stuck, you can put it to the side and you can continue the rest of the craft, okay? So this is what it's gonna look like afterwards. Obviously it's like it's stuck on pretty good, okay? So that's a tree there. So the next portion of what you're gonna wanna do is you're going to wanna take your jar and you're going to want to pour water first and then your glycerin second, okay? So you're gonna wanna pour your water in. And I gave you guys bottled water because sometimes when you use tap water, it doesn't actually, it mixes properly, but then in a few days it gets a little murky. So I find bottled water works the best. So you're gonna wanna pour the bottled water probably up to like the little bit of the edge here. And then you're gonna wanna pour all of your glycerin in. So every single little piece that you can get out, pour your glycerin in. Now this is first aid glycerin, so I would not allow my child to eat it. It is, it's not gonna hurt them if they probably put a little bit in their mouth, but try to not allow your child to eat this as well, okay? It's not as important as the super glue, but still. So you put your glycerin inside, then you fill up your bottle is probably gonna be almost to the top. And then you're gonna wanna fill up your bottle with a little bit more water, probably up to like the first little line of where your lid would screw on, okay? Then you get to allow your child to do what they want with the little tiny snowflakes. So if you have a package that is sparkles and snowflakes together, if you want this craft to last longer, separate your snowflakes from the sparkles. And in future crafts, I will definitely do that for you because Aria wanted to take one at a time and put it in. And actually that's a great way to allow them to kind of like extend this craft for a while. So she was probably doing it for about 10 minutes. So, I mean, it could be if your child is interested in picking up one by one, but also if your child realizes that they can just pour it in, then it kind of doesn't extend the craft. So anyways, put as many of these little guys that I've given you in, okay? And then also with the sparkles. So whatever you think your child would like, you can just allow your child to put it all in if they want. They can only put a little bit if they want. It's kind of up to them, whatever they want to do. So once you're good and your sparkles are all in, you're going to want to put a little bit more water, probably, tiny bit more, probably up to maybe the second ridge. It depends on how big your character is. So you might want to wait for a second and put your character in. So by this time, your character has had enough time to sit. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to screw the lid onto your jar and you're going to want to start moving it around. So you can shake it if you want. It's gonna get naturally a little bit of bubbling when you do, you know, you're rigorously like shaking it and stuff like that. But because it's not soap or anything like that, it's not gonna get a huge amount of bubbles. So that's a good thing compared to when we make our century jars. So kind of mix it around. The best way is to just kind of like lightly back and forth it, which is good because the child then can see the snowflakes and the sparkles kind of go up and down, okay? So I would be like mixing my stuff like back and forth like this. And you'll see the glycerin because you can see the glycerin in the water. You'll see eventually it'll be fully mixed and you won't see any glycerin anymore. And the reason we use glycerin is it actually slows down the sparkles and the snowflakes, okay? So that's the reason as to why we do that. So once your glycerin is all mixed inside and your sparkles and your glitter is all inside and you feel nice and comfortable with the way it is, you see how on the top of mine has a little bit of air? So I would open up my my jar and then I would put some more water in, okay? Now, it gets to a point where like then when you put the lid on, it might spill out a little bit, but again, just remember it's water and glycerin. It's not gonna hurt anybody. So just wipe it up with a towel or whatever. So once you're comfortable and you feel like, okay, there's not any like that much air at the top, we're good to go. Everything is looking good in here. I don't wanna add any more sparkles. I don't wanna add any more snowflakes. Then what you're gonna wanna do is you're going to want to tighten your jar. Now, like I said, you can use glue if you want to seal it up. That's no big deal. I mean, I get it with some toddlers, they really want to try to open up stuff. So you can seal it if you want. If you want to be safe at that, go for it. Once you think this is tightened, it is not tightened enough. You need to really tighten this bottle. So if you need help from anybody else to tighten this bottle, tighten it up. So once you are fully tightened it, like it's not going anywhere, then your snow globe is basically good to go, okay? So like I said, you can use a paint pen or a marker, a permanent marker to write anything you want. You could put Merry Christmas 2020, the child's name. You could also write like little dots of snow on the side of it if you want. You could just let your child like draw on it. It's their craft, so just let them go at it and let them do whatever they want to make the snow globe their own. So that's basically everything. Like I said, just be careful with the super glue. Please throw it out or use it for your home use if you guys are all done with it. But I hope you enjoyed the glitter or the snow globe craft. And sorry it was a little bit late. I did record live, but I felt like it wasn't fluid. So this is the better way for me to show you guys how to do it. So here it is. And in going forward, I will do all of my crafts on YouTube, so you guys have them at your disposal. If you're watching this and you don't know anything about KW Moms Club, go to kwmomsclub.com. And again, this is fully supported by the Success Plan. So thank you, the Success Plan. We really appreciate it. Okay, guys, happy holidays, and I'll see you guys in 2021.